Hello everyone, I'm back again. Now, last week was my birthday, and the day before I just got my presents, and I'll show them to you now, some of them. Now the first one I'll show y'all is Billy, and yeah, he's got edgeware, especially on the dome, and he's got the name Billy, the handrail, and the green stripes, and along his cap, no detail on the back. Same thing on the other side, and then the front. His eyebrows are kind of getting worn, and these two parts right here, they move. As you can see, that wasn't how it was originally supposed to be, I think. They're just meant to be still, but over time they just kind of getting worn and starting to move, and I hope that won't come off. Now on the bottom says Billy, and it's got the recall code, and excuse me. And this model is dated 2003. Now, I have two more items that I want to show y'all. And one thing I'll tell y'all is that they're not what I would think they would be. And I'll bring them in right now. Now, what you see here are a wooden rally model of Douglas and a wooden rally model of Molly. Now, you're probably thinking, well, they look like ordinary Thomas Wooden Rally models, but they really aren't. These are called knockoffs, which are Thomas Wooden Rally items made from China. And they are really not the actual models at all. And I'll show you Douglas first. Because the wood feels different. Again, it almost feels raw. Where with Billy, they put some coating over the wood to make it smooth. And no detail on the back, and these are really knockoffs. And same thing on the other side. Now he does have two domes right here. This is actually supposed to be a funnel, and this is supposed to be a dome. Much like Donald and Caldy, the original wooden rally model of Caldy. Now on the front, his face is crooked, as you can see. And no name on the bottom. And no dates on his wheels. Now here is Douglas's tender. And it's got the number 10. And this definitely feels like a knockoff because of the wood just feels raw, and it does have the coal on top. And no name on the bottom also, and no dates also. Now that is really a knockoff, and to prove it is really a knockoff, well, here's Donald for comparison. And you see with how they did this model, in the case with Douglas, they have dark. It almost looks like it's color sapphire, and these are more of a brighter colors. And Douglas's cap, the knockoff, is way too big. And with the back, as you can see, they are different. And the sides, of course, are different. And then the front. As you can see, of course, you know, this Donald's face is a perfectly put on, whereas the knockoff Douglas is just crooked. Of course, Donald has a name underneath and the recall code, but Douglas's does not. And of course, their tenders are different. And I forgot to say that they couple the opposite way. Okay. Yeah, let me show you here. Yeah, you see, their magnets are switched, but the differences with the tenders is, see, this is see, its colors too look like they're faded, and the number also. And I think the coal looks about the. No, I think it's different also. And then the backs are relatively different. I don't know, they look about the same, minus with the coating of the wood. And of course, the other sides are different. And then with the front, they look about the same, minus with the wood. Of course, Donald's tender has a name. It's got the recall code, and the knockoff Douglas's tender does not. And of course, this Donald has dates on his wheels, and this one does not. So that's it for Douglas. I'll put him back. And I'll let Donald go as well. And now we'll look at Molly. And this is definitely a knockoff because, well, the wood feels raw, and as you can see in the dome is doesn't look like a ordinary Molly dome. And then the face, you can see her eyes are crooked, and that definitely is not her face. And her funnel is way too big compared to the actual model. And no name, and you see with the bogies that they have screws to keep them to hold her, like compared to an actual Thomas Monroe model. Well, I mean, like, I have an express coach with me nearby, and I'll take this for example. You see, with on the bottom, they don't have screws. Screws, as you can see. I'll put it back. Whereas this model, they have screws, and they are no dates on the wheels. And as for her tender, let's see, the shade of yellow is different compared to the model, and got red stripes going around her, and in the top, the caul, and the seems like this yellow part is glued in wrong, and also no name on the bottom, and no dates as well. And I'll let her go too. And I'll bring Billy back. And that is it for my birthday presents, and tomorrow I'm gonna try to start filming on the Woonrally remake, Toad's Adventure, and so hopefully be on the lookout for that tomorrow, maybe not. And that is it for this video, and I'll see you later.